Go for it.
Why not study abroad? Why not study abroad? It's not a hard question to answer. It costs money. You might have to pay for housing, for travel, probably food too. New country means new language. How will I communicate with others? What about my grades? Is my GPA high enough? Will my credits transfer? These are all very valid concerns, but the reality is study abroad is very affordable, even on a budget. Speaking isn't the only form of communication, and your grades matter whether you travel or not. But just like any internship or practicum, off-campus study gives credit where credit is due. So first, let's talk costs. Now, we are very fortunate to go to Coe College, which boasts 35 off-campus study abroad programs, 12 of which are direct exchange. Now, of course, there are more programs that you can do through the ACM network, but I can already tell I'm speaking to a financially conscientious audience, so I'm going to focus on direct exchange. The great thing about direct exchange programs are the costs. You pay Coe just as you are now, and Coe covers your housing and food in universities with a meal plan. And all you pay for is your plane ticket and any other cost you encounter while abroad, such as transportation or souvenirs. And suppose there is no meal plan, just like there wasn't one when I went to Japan. All that means is the money you pay on your meal plan here, you can use to buy food over there. And prefer to cook? No problem. Your housing facilities are bound to come equipped with cooking appliances for your needs. The point is, it evens out in the end. Derek Buckaloo, who's an associate professor of history at Coe College, said in regards to direct exchange, you simply travel to your off-campus opportunity and you live, work, and eat as transparently as if you were still at Coe. Of course, it can cost additional money, but it doesn't have to. So now you're thinking, well, that's great, but what about speaking? I'm not going to stand here and tell you what level of proficiency you need to study abroad. I'm here to tell you speaking isn't even needed. Now, let me start off by saying we're very fortunate to be from an English-speaking country. We don't need to worry as much about communicating in a different language. The Economist recently published a survey administered by an English-teaching company called Education First, which administered a test online to about 2 million people and came up with a list of 44 countries that have an adequate level of speaking ability. And additionally, Nations Online Additionally, Nations Online compiled their own list and came up with 69 countries that have a notable population of English speakers. Now, both of these lists don't come up with countries, non-English speaking countries like Japan that are not. This is.
You're good. You're good. Keep going.
Additionally, Nations Online compiled their own list and came up with 69 countries that have a notable population of English speakers. And both of these lists don't account for non-English speaking countries that still mandate English be taught in schools, like Japan. So we can glean from this, even accounting for overlap between the two lists, that there are at least 60 to 70 countries worldwide that have some English speakers in it. Let me break it down for you a different way. English is a class taught in schools, and universities are a kind of school. So we can reasonably assume that at whatever university you choose to study, there will be some students who can speak English. Also, we wouldn't even have these exchange programs if we couldn't communicate with someone over there, which means you can also assume there will be some faculty that can speak English. But like I said, even speaking English isn't necessary. When I was in Japan, I had to communicate with a banker because I wanted to convert a bag of coins that I had collected over the months of living there into paper money. And my Japanese doesn't extend to banking vocabulary. So I had to spend 20 minutes coming up with gestures using the bag of coins and some paper money in my wallet to demonstrate what I wanted to have done. And believe it or not, after 20 minutes, I was able to get him to convert my coins to cash. And likewise, a friend of mine and a fellow Cohawk of ours, Ryan Opgard, spent some time this summer in Haiti doing work. And he said, words aren't always exchanged. Sometimes it's something simple like a thumbs up for good job, or if I'm doing too much, they would motion with their hands like calm down. So if Ryan and I can do it, any college student can do it. Lastly, there are some concerns about credit transfer, and GPA. Now, according to Coe's Facts and Figures on its website, the average incoming student boasts a 3.7 GPA. Now, I don't know the age of that statistic, but I think we can all agree Coe is a good school to go to. And so I think it's fair to say that if you're going to Coe, meeting a GPA requirement shouldn't be a problem. And in fact, it's not. According to John Chamov, who's the director of off-campus study at Coe College, you only need a 2.25 GPA in order to study abroad. Anything lower than that, and I'm pretty sure you're on academic probation. So GPA is not a problem. Credit transfer is another concern, and it used to be a problem, but thanks to John Chamov, exchange programs now yield a 1-to-1 ratio of credit transfer. That means that the 4 classes I took in Japan will convert to 4 co-credits at the end of the Japan school year in the summer, and I get my transcript. So, like college, study abroad there are some logistics that go with studying abroad, like money and grades, but the value of the experience vastly outweighs whatever's deterring you from going. There are real challenges that go with studying abroad, with studying in another country, but money and grades and, man, that messed up. There are real challenges that come with studying abroad, but money and
You're good, you're good.
But money and grades,
Credits?
No, what was it?
Language?
Yeah, there are real challenges that come with studying abroad, but money, language skills, and grades don't need to be included in your list of worries. The time for study abroad is now. The real world doesn't come with 4-month trips to Turkey or Spain or Japan. Find out where you can go today by talking to John Chamov. Don't hesitate to meet with your academic advisor and make room for a semester abroad. The time is now, so act now.